Okay guys, in today's video, we're gonna look at over-under takedowns for jiu-jitsu and wrestling. How we push, pull, slide my partner by, yeah, do some takedowns. Check the full video. Okay guys, I really think this is a really good video. It's been a while since we did some takedowns on the channel. The reason why is, I'm not a good wrestler judo guy, but jiu-jitsu is also a standing art. So I feel it's my obligation to teach you some cool takedowns. So today we're here for over-under takedowns for jiu-jitsu. Any American wrestlers watching this, please be kind to me in the comments, give me some good feedback. We're gonna do some over-under takedowns. Quick shout out, I got inspired by Coach Che in Thailand. It's really cool wrestling we drilled there. Mix it up with some jiu-jitsu stuff I like. Let's just get to it. So in an over-under position, let's first go over the position. This position is too much 50-50 for me. So let's look at some basic things I wanna achieve. As I have one underhook and my partner has the other underhook, I wanna really be aware that I don't give him the second underhook. If my elbow is lower than my hand, and my hand is shallow, he can weave his left arm in, catch two underhooks, and let's just assume that's not what I want. I wanna have two underhooks. So for now, I wanna get this underhook in deep at his lat and lift my elbow up. There's also a difference between how he's standing here, yeah, and in between when I try and lift him up. If he now tries to dig in for that left underhook, I can really off-balance my partner a little bit. This arm is gonna control his underhook. I want mine to be deep, so I want his to be shallow. We can use a thumb post. If he tries to go deep in with the underhook, I can kind of block that in. And if I control the arm, it's not so much about where my hand is wrapping, it's more about how my elbow is pinching in, and I then control the arm. You can use this to really, I see a lot of guys really squeezing this in, but now I'm just giving him a tighter underhook. So we can use this to lift my partner up in some ways, especially if we're lower. You can really lift him up from here and do some takedowns. I'm gonna go over that today. But there's no reason, if you're not doing that, to just squeeze this arm here. Unless you really wanna like be a bully and mirror lock his elbow in here or whatever. But it's more about controlling this posture, controlling who gets the deep underhook, yeah? So don't just squeeze for the sake of squeezing. I wanna have a tight underhook, I wanna drive with my base, I wanna lift my elbow up, I wanna squeeze his arm in or thumb post, and from here on we can do so many takedowns. But it starts off with having good grips. A lot of times I see people just being here and holding or trying to close their hands, but there's too much space for him to get his underhook in. We're gonna do some solo takedowns, just some cool stuff, and then I'm gonna do a system where I beat the shoulder line and build up some takedowns. And we use the over and underhook. If you have any questions or want to see it again, just rewind so we can keep the video going. So first off, as I'm here, usually, especially if he starts walking his legs back, in MMA, I do MMA too, I like throwing knees and snap downs or whatever. Two basic takedowns I like to do. I don't want to go too far into the judo, like really throwing in. Let's keep it a little bit more wrestling and jiu-jitsu based. As I'm here, thumb posting, I can use this to club him up, lift my partner up so our hips get closer, and immediately throw my leg behind him. Let's move a little bit backwards because we're gonna go that way. As I lift him up, throw my leg inside trip, yeah, and just score a simple takedown here. What happens for a lot of beginners is when you hook a leg, is as soon as you fall, you wanna step back on your own leg, but then he can step out. So you should be okay with falling on your knee. Now that looks a little bit weird, and be careful that you don't injure yourself, but let's see the back work. So I'm here, elbow high. If he moves his hips away, I thumb post, I lift him up, step in, hook, yeah, and I just throw in, yeah, get into his guard, and I like to pin, buttlock pass. Second off, I use this, a lot of people really push and drive back into me, is I'm gonna block his leg, and I'm gonna make a lateral drop to drop him down to the mat, yeah? I highly advise you check the video on lateral drops. Now with these two out of the way, let's get into my system. The thing I like to do with this underhook is being able to push, to pull, to twist, and to throw. So I really use my arm like a Superman punch to throw him over. One of the things I would advise you conceptually to learn this position is don't do any takedowns, relax your arms, so relax, and just pull, push. Now I'm throwing these away so you can really see where I push him. Now obviously I'm not letting go of him when I do the takedown, but these are the mechanics. So what I really like to do here is as I pull and step back so he can step in, as he recovers, I push him away. Now this gives me kind of a slide by so I can go to a side body lock, a single leg, or his back. So the whole takedown, as I'm here, blocking, he is pushing in, I pull, he recovers, I throw by, and I catch the body lock. If he keeps the arm in, I get a side body lock. And if the arm slides by out, I get the rear body lock from where we can take down. We have 2 videos on rear body lock takedowns. So I'm not going to do takedowns, but pull, push, slide by, and from there, check out some other videos. So once again, as we're here, if he really pushes back into me, I pull 1 step, I throw by. If I get the side body lock, that's good. Yeah, I can bridge in, throw over, or get into my singles or high crotches. Now back to the system. Next off, we're going to beat the shoulder line. So if we're here and my head is to his head, I can never reach his leg. So what I want to do from this thumb post or from this clamp, as I lift up, I want to beat this shoulder line. So my head goes next to his shoulder. Now I cannot just reach for the leg, I can go elbow deep. I really want you to go as deep as you can, because even if he steps the leg back, I'm still trapping it. I then lift the leg, pull once again, and twist. As I lift the leg up, I pull the lat down and do the takedown. So back to square. 1, I beat the shoulder line, grab the leg, take down, yeah, and immediately settle in side control or pin his hips. Just rewind that, so it's a twist. Now, as I pull and he pulls back, I'm gonna push. With the pushing, I have to fall down. So if I go here, I beat the shoulder line, I grab. If I now push, he will just step back and I will run through the camera. So what I do when I start pushing, yeah, if I pull, he pulls back, I push, I fall down to my knees. So watch, 1, 2, 3. I want to pull, he pulls back, I push, and I drop down, yeah? So my shoulder goes down, I pin him, start body lock passing. That's a different video. Third one, instead of pulling, slide buying, or pushing, he steps this leg back. So I'm here, I beat the shoulder line, I want to go, and I now switch and run to the side. Pin him here, get a good side control. Let's see it from a different angle. So I think this is a good system with a pull, a push, a twist, a follow-up. Driving, high underhook, thumb post, yeah, or clamp. I beat the shoulder line, I want to catch the leg, he moves it away. I now switch, pushing here, blocking and knee tapping, and I don't stay where I am, I move my feet like with a double leg, cutting the corner. So, push, pull, sweep. I think these are it for over-under. Let's now look at 1 takedown from the overhook side and 1 takedown from the underhook side. So instead of going for the leg, what I also really like to do is if he steps the leg back, it gives me space to get my second underhook in, but that's something else. Now for the second overhook, if I just step and circle here, and I put no weight on him, he can Uchi me here and start off balancing me, and he controls that underhook. So, this is the point where I'm not pushing on the thumb post, but I really clamp down on his arm, take a tight overhook, and I'm gonna sink my hips in and pivot and step here with my weight all the way on this foot. So if I just step here, he can throw me. Boom. So instead, I clamp that overhook. I usually do this if he starts beating me to the shoulder line. I step, I put the weight in. If he now tries to Uchimata me, I just sit down, bridge, take him down. Finally, underhook side. I really like loading this underhook all the way on my shoulder, but let's do this. I'm here, I'm working this side, driving, trying to go for the knee tap, and I throw my underhook over and frame on the head. So I get this underhook, get the head positioning. Now what I do is I twist the head in as I move out of the direction, here. Now once in this position, I will load his shoulder on top of my shoulder. Usually I do this when he ends up in turtle. So now Tees fell over to his side, and I just scored top position. If he goes back in turtle, so 1, yeah, thumb post, head positioning, I go here, control the overhook. If I drag him down to turtle, I now load his shoulder on top of my shoulder. And now I push and twist, yeah, as I get a top position. Now from there, there's some follow-ups. Let's just do the turtle. I think the video is getting too long, so we're here. From loading that shoulder, if he tries to put his head up or push the shoulder down, I can also just go back. Sorry for the audio. With a chin strap, yeah, and start working my way here. If I'm here with that underhook, and he starts using, he's basing on this hand, so get on the elbow. Yes, sir, just like turtle. Yes. What I could also do is just grab this arm, yeah, and just like pull it through and get like an arm drag to this side as I punch through and fight my front headlock here. I think we're going too deep in front headlock now and turtle, but these are some over-under takedowns for jiu-jitsu, / a little bit of wrestling, and some judo. I hope you like it. Try these and see you next one. Always.